Today's video I made because I was looking around on YouTube when I was looking for powerlifting shoes that were vegan, and there's not a lot of videos reviewing them. Most of them are just reviewing general powerlifting shoes, which are made with leather. So I wanted to make this video, and I honestly do not give a damn if you buy Adidas or if you buy any of the other brands that are vegan. Seriously, this is not sponsored or added. I do not care what brand you get. I just got these ones, so I wanted to give my review on them for those who are looking for powerlifting shoes. Finally trying out powerlifting shoes. These are POWERLIFT 3.1s, and these are the vegan shoe that comes from Adidas in terms of powerlifting shoes. I believe Adidas Powers are not vegan, so just make sure that you choose the right one when you do want to buy some powerlift shoes that are vegan. After talking with one of my physical therapists, he really recommends me having a raised heel and using weightlifting shoes because I broke my ankle maybe when I was 17 or something like that, a long time ago. But from that, it's caused a lack of mobility in my right ankle, which then transfers over to my hips and then transfers into my back, and then that causes pains and it caused me to not properly use my glutes and the muscles that I should be using for squats. Basically, it's just causing me to do things wrong. This is what they look like when they come out of the box. The heel, again, here's the heel compared to the toe. So you see it has a pretty big lift right there. Again, I have never tried these, so I have no idea what kind of powerlifting shoes can be best for me, so we'll see if these fit. Oh, I hope they do. That would suck if they didn't. Okay, so first reaction when I put my feet in there, it actually feels extremely good. My heel is sitting right at the back of it, and the front of my big toe is right at the front. There's a little tiny bit of space, so it's not gonna cause bruising on my toenail. I hate when I have a shoe that's just a half size too small. I got lucky, these are the perfect size. It comes with a strap too to make sure that the knot doesn't come out. Strap those over and make them feel real tight, real snug. It's so weird how solid these feel. Like I feel attached to the ground when I'm pushing into them. There's not much wobble at all. All right, so I have the shoes on. I'm gonna go in the gym now and test them out, and I'll show you guys what I think about them and kind of break down what I think is good or bad about them.
So I'd say before you go looking for powerlifting shoes, make sure that you do have a good warm-up. Definitely want to stretch your hip flexors out. You definitely want to roll, especially if you have any tight spots. You want to roll until you find a tender spot and then just hold on that spot for 30 seconds to 60 seconds to let it release. Definitely do this before every single leg day. Then I do ab exercises for my abs as well as my obliques, as well as my glutes, get those all firing. Those are all things that I do before my workout, before I go into a leg day. And if you aren't doing that as well, you should definitely start a little routine like that before. Maybe I'll make a video about this. Now, firstly, let me just say that I'm still definitely working on my own form. That's one of the reasons that I got these powerlifting shoes, is because I'm really relearning the form. I mean, I used to go ass to grass with 285 pounds on my back, but over time I've let myself go through different compensations and I have a weird form now. So I'm still working on getting my hips through. I need to straighten out my knees at the top. That's one of the things I'm definitely working on, and these shoes definitely have a little bit of a learning curve to them, because a lot of the things that it helps, also you have to keep in your mind that you need to still hit your, get your hips through, get your knees straight, keep your abs flexed, keep your obliques firing, all those kind of things. So you got to keep all those things in mind, and they're just going to feel slightly different. So this is definitely me kind of getting through my learning curve.
What I'm noticing right now is, even though the heel is raised, which should put you forward, I think my body is just naturally compensating and leaning me back, which is causing my hips not to follow through, which is fine. It's just something that I've noticed that I have to, I'm gonna have to get mentally prepared to do and really try to drive my hips through now with these new shoes. I think it's just a learning curve, and then once you get through the curve, it becomes a little easier to use them.
So as you just saw, my first day with the shoes, I did lots of squats, step-ups, and a few other exercises, just trying to get used to the way they feel while lifting. I definitely noticed that they make you feel super glued to the ground and stable because they don't have any compression in them like jogging shoes, which is pretty nice. They tilt me forward onto the front of my foot more, which is something that I definitely noticed, something I've been trying to do naturally anyways, so that was helpful. But I'm definitely having to get used to following through with my hips and straightening out my knees. It's definitely a different feeling wearing these compared to flat shoes like Converse or Onis, or no shoes at all. On day 2, I really wanted to test out some one-legged movements, which felt easier to keep my hips under me and my glutes firing more, which was pretty cool too. One of the things that I've always been working on in the last year or two is my thoracic extension is a little bit bad, meaning my shoulders a little bit rounded, my chest is tight. So I wanted to switch to holding the dumbbells at the top of my chest just to help me keep my chest up throughout the exercise a little bit more. This definitely felt a lot better than the previous exercise I was doing. But yeah, definitely still looking at different exercises and the way that my body moves throughout them, and filming helps a lot. So if you're also struggling with form, film yourself. It'll help. I did some dumbbell goblet squats after that, but then I finished out with some leg press. This was really interesting because the grit of the actual leg press platform combined with the really hard surface of the shoes had me feeling super connected. So I actually decided to do this with one leg on each side just to see how it felt. It felt really freaking good. In total, I purchased these for $82 from Foot Locker, which is a lot cheaper than some of the other models, which go up to 300 freaking bucks. Huge pro tip, when you are checking out online, Google search these for online coupons to that store and see if there's any specials that day. I ended up getting $14 off of these, so they would have been way more expensive just from a random discount I found. In general, I rate powerlifting shoes at 8 out of 10. Depending on your personal issue, they'll be more or less useful. I think if you have issues getting to depth in your squat and in different movements, you'll really love these shoes. If you deal with just a slight tightness in your ankles, I think you could probably get away with just stretching your calves religiously and releasing some pressure points and scar tissue in there. They are fun because they make you feel really connected to the ground, really glued to the ground, and they help you shift your weight forward. So if you're somebody who tends to lean back and put too much weight in your heels, this can definitely help you get your hips under you and get you to fire your glutes more. In terms of these specific Adidas shoes, I really like them, especially for my foot. They're really snug with the strap, and they're not super wide, but they're also not too narrow where they're cramming my feet into the shoe in any way. The build quality seems pretty good, so hopefully they stand up for the test of time. And of course, it's dope that they're vegan, so just make sure you get the Adidas Powerlift 3s or 3.1s, not the Adi Powers, which are not vegan. I appreciate you guys coming in and watching this video. Like I said last week, I want to vary and provide different types of content because I know there's all sorts of different types of people watching the channel. So I hope you guys enjoy this. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and then subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Team Beyond the Week, CT.
Lift heavy or die MIRIN, motherfucker.
Team Beyond the Week.
CT. Lift heavy or die MIRIN.